If you've ever encountered a problem like this while working on Revit, where you are looking for a particular window or wall that you placed on Revit, but you can't find it because of your range base is lower than the wall that you placed or lower than the window that you placed, then you need to watch this video to the end, because in this tutorial video, I'm going to be explaining everything you need to understand about range bases and also underlays in Revit. Underlays are helpful tools in Revit that helps you to trace out the floor plan below the level you are working with ease without having to stress yourself about it. If this is your first time joining this channel, welcome. My name is Grant, and if you are already an old subscriber, welcome back. In this channel, we dish out interesting architecture related content, so please do well to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, don't forget to share this video, and also turn on the bell icon so that you get notified when next we publish a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right into Revit. Okay, welcome back to my Revit interface. So discussing about view range and underlays could be tricky, so I'm going to try my best to explain it as easy as possible. So first things first, I need to just sketch out a basic floor plan that we're going to be using for this tutorial video. So I'm just going to go to walls, we'll click on walls, and let's just draw a box. First of all, let's draw a box, then we would create partitions here and there in the box. So let's say we have this, and we also have this. So let's say this is our floor plan. Very easy, very basic, simple. So we need to add components to this floor plan. So let's add windows and also doors. So let's increase the size of this window. Let's check for, this is the Revit default template, by the way. So I'm going to be making use of what Revit has here. So I'm going to be making use of this window. So we place one here. Okay. We place another window here. Let's say we place this one here. We place this one here. We place this here, and then let's place a door. Let's place some doors as well. So let's place this door here, and let's say one door here. Or let's quickly change this to a double door. Okay, good. Now that we have successfully changed this to double door, so let's say this is our floor plan. You understand? And we would like to have a first floor. This is the ground floor plan, and we also want to have a first floor plan. First thing we need to do is to go to our levels, elevation. Let's go to the east and make sure all these walls, you can see we have level 1, level 2. So let's create another level. You click on this level, CS for create similar, and then let's have a level 3. So let's say the difference between level 1 and level 2 and 3 is, let's say 3. Okay, good. So this is level 3. Now this is the first floor plan that we just drew, so we want all the walls to stop at level 2. Okay, so we go back to our natural ground level, which is level 1, and we select all this, filter, and select only the walls, because that's what we need. Okay, then we make sure we put it at level 2. You can see the top constraint is unconnected, so we'll change it and make it at level 2. Now if we come back to our east elevation, we'll see that it's exactly on level 2. Good. So now for the first problem I'm going to be solving is underlay. Now what is underlay? So underlay is like a faded layout underneath a workspace. So now that we are done with our floor plan for the level 1, we also want to have a first floor level. Now how do we do that? And we want to still maintain the size and shape of what we have here on the first floor without copying, or even if we're going to change a little bit, we're going to change 1 or 2 things, not entirely the whole thing. So we go to our level 2. Since we're going to have our first floor, this is where we're going to draw our first floor on the level 2. And you can see there is no guide for you to draw your first floor. Now that is where underlay comes in. Underlay is going to show us like the footprint of what we have underneath us, which is the ground floor, that is the level 1. So underlay will show us our level 1 so that we can easily trace it out and produce our first floor level on our level 2. So for us to make our underlay visible, all we need to do is to click on this range base. As you can see, it's right here under the property bar. You can see range base. You click on this range base and you click on level 1. It will automatically show you everything that is on level 1 here in a faded form. See, you can't click it, you can't select it, you can't do anything to it. You will just be able to see it. Now if we are to draw a new wall, we can now easily trace out the walls and make sure they are on the same level. Now this is where underlay works, and it is quite easy and helpful because it helps you make your work faster and very easy. So this is the way to use underlays. Now the next thing we're going to be talking about is our range base. Now where does this range base fall under? Let's say you have a high level wall or a high level window. Let's say for example beams. Let's say you have a wall above your lintel or above your beam, and you want to show that wall for some reason. Maybe there's a detail there, you want that wall to be seen on your floor plan. That is where range base comes in. Or if you're looking for a particular window on your floor plan and you can't find it because the window is a high level window, you just need to adjust your range base and you'll be able to see it. Now I'm going to give you an example. So let's go back to our first floor, our ground floor level, which is the level 1. Now we are in our level 1. Now let's say I have a window and I want to create a high level window at this point. So let's click on window, okay, and let's edit this window. Let's say duplicate, let's name it 600 by 600 window, okay, by 600 and we change the height to 600 okay, and then we place the window right here. Let's say we place this window here, and you see, we can see the window. Let's increase the sill height to, let's say, 24, okay. Now you can see that we can no longer find the window, we can't see the window anymore. But let's say this window is very important on your floor plan and you would like for this window to be shown, so people will know that, oh, there is a window there. Then when you go to the elevation or section, you would now see the height at which the window is placed. You can see that you can't find the window here. Even if you click on the wall, you can't see it. But if you go to the 3D, you would see the window. Now you can see where the window is placed. It is placed very well, but it's just that our range base is not cutting through the window. Now this is how to solve it. This applies to walls, doors, and all other components. It applies to all of them. So this is the perfect way to solve it. So once you come back to your natural ground level, so once you come back to your property bar, you can scroll down, you will see view range. Once you click on this view range, you click on edit. Now you would see top constraints level 1. Cut plane is also level 1, but at which level now? 1219.2. So if you increase this to, let's say, 15, and you click on apply, if you don't still see the window, you know that the cut plane have not yet gotten to the level at which the window is. Now let's increase this to, let's say, 18. Okay, apply. You still can't see the window. Let's increase this to 23 or 24. Let's say 24, and we click on apply. You can see the top clip plane is set below the cut plane. Okay, now this is because this top is lower than this one, so we also need to increase this one. Let's say make this one 3 meters and this one 24. You see that it will work now. Now look at it, you can now see our window. So we click on OK, and this is it for our window. We can now be able to click this window, select this window, and do whatever we want to do with this window. So this is how to solve problems like this. It also applies to doors, and there is a way you would increase your cut plane. You would no longer see these windows at all. So let's just try that so that you would see. Go back to your view range and you increase your cut plane to, let's say, 28. Okay, good. Now you can see you can no longer see this window, you can only see the swing. If this swing happens not to be here, you would not even know that there is a window here. But because of this swing, we can know that, oh, there's a window here. But if you change this window to a different type of window, you would not notice that there's a window here because it is way above, but because it is way below the cut plane. So this is how to solve problems like this if you encounter any problems like this on Revit. If you find this video helpful, educative, or interesting, please do well to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share this video, comment on this video, and please hit the bell icon so that you get notified when next we publish a new video. See you guys on the next video.